Raise your hand if you guys would have passed that buck. Not many of us would have. I'm Cale Bannies with the Process Outdoors, and our mission to patrol some does starts now.
Come on, Levi.
It was the first weekend of deer season, October 5th, and I headed to Central Iowa to meet up with some new TPO team members. The goal this weekend was to help them with their doe problem. It was looking good from a weather standpoint earlier in the week, but the rain decided to set in, made for some absolutely tough hunting. We were stuck in ground blinds for the first few hunts and ended up seeing a few and having a few opportunities at some does, but it just never played out. Some of the ground blinds we had were set up more for gun hunts than shooting them with a bow and arrow. So got a little tough. We did have some success, although Saturday evening, Mitch ended up shooting a real nice doe and put her down literally within 25 yards. It was an awesome shot. Ended up seeing her dropped right there on camera, and Levi and I headed on over in the UTV to pick her on up with the boys.
And then threw the head over and out her mouth came like a gallon of blood in my face and got all in my eyes. My eyes were filled with deer blood. Now we gotta.
Why would you do that to him?
Now we got trees. Got the pull on that trigger.
He's smoking, man.
Oh yeah. Oh man, hard shot at her. Oh wait.
How far did she run?
Maybe 20, 30 yards.
Spit.
This is going to be a TV star. Is it? What?
See? Yeah, I can barely.
I still can't believe you have blood all over you. I can't take you seriously. So while Mitch was shooting his doe, Levi and actually sat over a hayfield that evening with that west wind blowing directly in our face. Had to battle a little bit of rain coming down, but the amount of deer we saw definitely made it pretty easy. So Levi ended up passing a real nice 8-pointer that a lot of people probably would have taken, staring you down at 15 yards. But we had does on our mind, even though it didn't come together with the does that evening. We're pretty optimistic that good luck was going to be on our way. So with all the wind and rain we had one last break in the storm, which was Sunday morning. It's going to be literally one of our only chances to get out in the tree stand on the weekend and not have to compete with any rain. So Levi and I headed out to a little hidey hole food plot where we'd been getting a lot of pictures of doe family groups coming through, and before you knew it, the first doe family group came through, and Levi had to crouch down pretty low on his stand. I was honestly in fear he was going to hit one of his cams or his limb on his tree as he drew back and put his pin on this doe. But she was at kind of an awkward angle. I wasn't able to get the camera on her perfectly. There's some trees in the way, so ended up not getting that shot on film, but she ended up expiring about 50 yards into the timber. And then before we knew it, about a half hour later, another doe family group came out. And she came into about 20 yards from the stand, and I was up to bat. Ended up putting the pin on her shoulder and putting her down. She ran about 50 yards, and we heard her crash. So could not be any more thankful for the opportunity to go to their properties and harvest some of their does. This was my first double in the stand, and it was just an absolute blast being in the stand all weekend, filming Levi and looking at some of the properties they hunt. Truly thankful once again to have these great friends part of the team, and look forward for some of their great footage coming your way throughout the rest of the season, because they have some absolute giants on trail cam, and I know those puppies are going to start day walking here soon. They've already had a few that have started to pop with some of this weather, so stick with us as we bring you some more awesome footage throughout the rest of the season, and as always, continue to hunt safe out there.